Welcome to Jubilee.
Welcome to Jubilee. Welcome to Jubilee.
What's your sentence? Oh, yep.
Because it's a great community and anybody can come. Because it's my favorite school and my dad made me do it. Because I feel like this is the best school ever in the world. That we get to get closer to God.
St. John the Baptist is home. It has been for me for many years. I went here from preschool till 8th grade, and that's where I got to know Kayla O'Keefe. It's wonderful to work with her, not just because she's my friend, but because she's a very talented, grace-filled teacher.
She was always kind, and if we made a mistake, she'd say, "Oh, that's okay, we'll do better next time."
Whenever we would do something wrong, she wouldn't yell at us or be rude at us. She would just come and say, "Let's do better next time," and she'd let us go back to what we were doing.
It was a really nice welcoming sign up above all the windows, and then
To include everyone, to be respectful, and to just do what's right.
I absolutely learned more with Miss O'Keefe. I switched to this school, a private school, from a public school, and I learned a lot more here than I did there.
Yeah, I really loved having her as my 3rd grade teacher.
Just as Christ would know, love, and see each of us, the people in this community are able to do so as well. It's been so wonderful to be here, and I introduce to you Kayla O'Keefe.
Good evening. My name is Kayla O'Keefe, and I am the 3rd grade teacher here at St. John's. I am honored to be speaking to you tonight, and I want to thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We truly appreciate your willingness to support this wonderful school. As I was thinking about how to put all my feelings about St. John's into words, I found myself thinking about my classroom. On the back wall in billboard-sized letters, I have the phrase, "In this class, we grow together." My hope is that my students see this phrase every time they walk through my door. But I've realized something important. This message does not only apply to my classroom, of course. It rings true to every corner of this school. There are seeds planted every day by teachers, staff, and volunteers who allow St. John's to be a place where students can genuinely grow to their full potential. I want to share a little of my story in hopes that you get a glimpse of how deeply St. John's has impacted my life. Let's start in 1975. Yes, long before I was born. My grandparents were searching for a school for my mom, Paula. They met with Sister Dominica, the principal of St. John's at the time. After touring the school, they knew this was the right place for her. They couldn't have known at that time just how meaningful this decision would be in their future granddaughter's life. Fast forward to 2004, when my parents made the same decision, sending me to St. John's preschool and then elementary school. Turn the clock forward one more time to the fall of 2023, when I welcomed my very first class of 3rd graders into room 205 as their teacher, the exact classroom I sat in 13 years prior. Truly a full circle moment for my family. Reflecting on how this school has continued to be a part of my family's life reveals one clear fact. St. John's is a place that brings people back, and that is not by coincidence. It is what happens in a community when roots are planted deep enough to grow for generations. Your support tonight will help our school grow stronger, reach further, and nurture the potential of every young person who walks through our doors. I can assure you that my family is not the only family that has returned here again and again. Today, over 60% of staff members either sat in these same classrooms as students or they sent their own children here. Alumni return because it feels like a second home. It is welcoming whether you are walking in for the first time or coming back after many years. Speaking of many years, my mom walked through these halls as a 1st grader 50 years ago. As an alum, she still has a couple close friends from her own class in the 1970s. And currently, many of her closest friends are the mothers of my own classmates, pictured here, and all of whom now volunteer or work here and continue to devote their hearts and souls into this school. Many of you know Christina Benson, our coordinator of youth evangelization. This is a photo of her and me on our first day of first grade together, just down the hall. We became co-workers 3 years ago, and by next fall, we will have attended each other's weddings. To its core, St. John's has always been more than just an excellent school. It builds lifelong friendships. In this school, we grow together. An SJB education is unique. The importance of intertwining faith and education is life-changing for a student's young mind. It is extraordinary that these students can experience, discuss, and learn more about God and the Catholic faith each and every day. It shows them that faith is not only a Sunday morning event, but also a daily calling and opportunity to connect with God. The education could not be spoken of so highly if it was not for the wisdom that lies within our teachers. Now, I'm a newbie teacher compared to most in this room, but I can tell you firsthand that the wisdom I have gained from the seasoned experts here is overflowing. Our students witness love, encouragement, patience, and an incredible amount of knowledge because of our staff. We as teachers and as a school rely on various resources to ensure our students not only succeed in the classroom, but also build meaningful friendships, deepen their understanding through problem solving, and grow as faithful followers of Christ. All these educational aspects together make St. John's so special. We recognize that they are the seeds that work together to form an SJB student into all that they can become. And because of your generous support tonight, those seeds of opportunity will continue to grow for generations. Both of my grandparents passed away before I was hired here, but while I was still in college, I did share with my grandmother that I was hoping to one day teach at St. John's. The history that my family has here is a true testament to how this school has allowed families to put down their own roots and grow for generations of students. I pray that this will continue for years to come. I invite you to help us continue planting and nurturing. Together, we can grow this school. Tonight, we have an opportunity to build something lasting. The places that influence us and our children become the places where we give back. We are all here tonight because we believe in this school's mission and purpose, and we also know more than ever our kids need this type of education and community. So I ask you now to help us meet and even exceed our goal. Please give generously. Thank you for believing in our students, in our teachers, and in the power of a St. John's education. Tonight in this auditorium, we can truly grow together. To support